goes.
Yes.
We're rolling on all 3 cameras whenever you're ready.
Let's go.
This is normally the part where
Oh, wait. Just kidding.
yeah, stop and let's make it go.
Stop and go.
Let's make it a go. Hey.
Let's go.
Wait. Wahoo.
Alright.
Rolling.
Good morning. Monday morning on the Can We Now podcast with my 2 co-hosts
Akai
and
Kenneth.
hey,
podcast was this about
episode
to be?
28. 28. We lit.
We lit.
Really rock. Really rock. Hey.
I'm gonna stop because the YouTube keep taking us down.
That's a fact.
YouTube keep giving the money away. They keep giving the money away.
Trying to get the bag.
Giving away the bag.
I am trying to give it away.
Gone.
But what's good, everybody? What is up this Monday morning? Can We Not podcast episode 28. And I'm here with your host, Evan Combest. And I already told my 2 co-hosts, we have Akai. You know, you guys see us. We're in the SoundCloud studios.
SoundCloud Studios.
Yeah, the sub studio. That's the SoundCloud studio.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we're in the SoundCloud studio. And
that's
so,
okay.
even though we're not in the main studio, still give a shout out to Jade and Sky's Crescent
Yes.
Radio. But we also have Tone in the building.
Tone
So,
the
shout out to
producer.
Tone.
Living in the flesh.
What's going on, Tone? How you living, bro?
I'm all in the grill, son. That's all I gotta say.
Why you all
That's what's
in
up.
my... Oh, shit.
I'm mad they
gonna
can
get us
hear.
again.
Yeah.
They gonna get us again. They gonna get us one more game.
But, guys, now that we're here, how are you guys?
Oh, man.
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Chilling.
How
With the bros.
you
chilling.
doing, Evan?
How was everybody's week? I'm good, bro. But how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week?
Chill
Yeah,
week. Chill week.
it was a laid back week. You know, nothing too crazy. You know. What about you, Evan? How was your week?
Why do you go to me? Gotta go to a car before you hit to me.
We
Oh,
both
you know the
ans-
topic.
we
Yeah,
both
no.
answered.
No.
Nothing happened?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt like it was a long ass week, and I've been like dying to get here.
Nah, not for nothing. I'd be feeling that way from time to time. Like every time I meet up with y'all for the podcast, it's like, damn, it feels like a month since I've seen
Yeah.
y'all. It's just been a week.
See these niggas every day.
Exactly.
Because you know what it is? Because within the group chat, we don't talk.
Yeah, we don't.
We
Yeah,
really
don't.
don't talk
it's
and
not-
keep
we
up with
just
each other.
show
We're
up.
not friends.
Yeah, we're just... Hey, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Send
you know-
this. Send that.
You know why? It's because like we spent all those other years just like chilling for like 3-4 days at a time in a row, and now it's like,
Oh, yeah.
we got all that.
We had enough.
we had enough face-to-face interactions with each other to last a lifetime. So
I
now,
think the other day we were just talking about was it our boy Altaf? Shout out Altaf.
Shout out
Just
Altaf.
recently got married.
word, shout out to
Maturing. And we would go to this dude's basement after he would get off of his like
gas
graveyard
station.
shift.
Oh my god! Like, do you remember those nights? Like, we had to be in the pharmacy waiting for him to clock out, and then he'd beat us to his own house. And then
Are you giving away too much of it?
No, we not.
Yeah, that just
We tried to make our history sound mad lit. He's like, yo, remember
Illustrious.
when we used to sit out in the cold like bums for our
Honestly,
friends working in his graveyard shift? Yo, we were so poor.
to have a
know
place
exactly
to go
where it
to
is.
chill.
Exactly.
Sitting there out here bumming on the streets.
But that was the then. Let's talk about the now.
Yeah.
So
Since
I asked
everybody's
Kenneth
been
how his
doing
week
that.
was. He didn't want to talk about us going to the movies together, but so I have to talk about it.
Who wants to start a topic like that? Yo, yeah, me and Evan went to the movies together. Sat right next to each other. It was lit. Nah,
Yeah.
no,
It was lit.
It was a K&E production.
no, no.
Whatever.
Key and Eel.
Okay, cool. But yeah, we went to the movie to see the Broly movie in light of Gabe, and also shout out to Gabe. I really enjoyed that episode last week. It was a super lit episode, so shout out to Gabe. But we went to go see the movie because he told us to, and we saw it. The Dragon Ball Z Super Broly.
Yeah.
And what are our thoughts on it, Kenneth? Because Akai couldn't make it, but unfortunately
Yeah, I'm
enough for
gonna
him,
go
it's on you.
Tuesday.
Yeah, you're gonna go to YouTube on Tuesday. Yeah, go ahead.
Chill. I was gonna go see it with Kane. Go to movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna support.
There you go.
Yeah, from what I saw, I was like, yo, all right.
Seems
okay.
interesting.
Of course. It's Dragon Ball Z.
So without spoiling it, Kenneth, what will you say
that's-
about the movie?
Nope, the spoiler-free review. If you are a huge Dragon Ball fan, I highly recommend going to see it. If you are a Dragon Ball purist, you're not going to 100% enjoy it, but you're going to like the fresh takes and ideas that Toriyama and the whole Dragon Ball Z studio just worked and reworked everything. Like the animation was great, the voice cast was great, everything about it. Thanks for cutting me off. Everything about it was just fantastic. I out of a 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8.5 because there were a few parts that felt very shoehorned in and very forced, but other than that, like the low points were still very high points of the movie.
Yeah, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you're really gonna enjoy the movie. Me being a Dragon Ball Z fan, seeing a movie of Dragon Ball Z was dope, but when you're used to the cartoon, how they drag out fights.
Oh yeah,
there was just certain parts in the fights that felt like they were cut short.
Did that happen? Did that happen again?
What?
No.
They dragged it out?
Yeah.
No, that was kind of an issue. I wanted certain parts to be dragged out, but they just weren't dragged out. So I was kind of like, I want to see more of that.
It was,
they need to make a season around this.
Honestly, yeah. If they were to put that into Dragon Ball Super as like a season, like the fights that happened, it was like one long continuous fight with just like 3 to 4 different people interjecting with it. That could honestly be like 30 to 40 episodes if they pace it properly.
And one thing that we did learn.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said 30 to 40 episodes. God.
It would be a really good season because the amount of information and explanation that they put in there is really dope. But also the last thing that I'll say about the movie that I learned from it is that Akai is Broly.
Akai is Broly. If anyone knows Akai and has seen the movie, you can put 2 and 2 together and understand exactly why Akai is Broly. We won't speak any further on it, but just know Akai is Broly. Gotcha. Even when he wants to be.
Nigga, they've heard Akai go off on this podcast and get mad. So whenever he faces his ops.
The ops always out here, bro.
Exactly. You know, running into them niggas and beating them.
Yeah. Got to do it just one time for the podcast.
Any
other movies that we looking forward to seeing?
Still waiting on Us. That shit.
Yeah, us still.
Really?
Us is gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to Captain Marvel and Spider-Man: Far From Home since I saw the trailer had dropped earlier this week.
Yeah, you know what the crazy thing about that is? A lot of people that I was like, at least surveying with that, and unfortunately it was students.
No, you want to keep it.
But yeah, keep it consistent. Most of them weren't really feeling it. They were like, it's in Europe.
Well, that's cool.
It's like,
you know why I appreciate that?
Why?
That means less seats in the theater for them, more seats for
less
me.
these niggas in bars
Exactly.
in the movies. Nah, but it was funny because it's like, you think about it, and I'm like, well, the trailer was action packed.
Yeah,
like there was a lot that was going on, but then at the same time, I guess what it was. It just seemed like it was just,
Well,
you're throwing a lot of action at me.
It's explained in the trailer like he's going on like a school trip or something for whatever to Europe, and then like if you haven't seen the trailer, like,
just watch the trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't explain the trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah, watch the trailer for yourself. There's at least a good surprise in there, I say.
But you're gonna see the movie, right?
Yeah, of course I'm gonna see the movie.
And that's the only movie. Those are the only 2 movies you're excited for.
Those are the first 2 movies that I can think of off the top of my head.
So why were you on Facebook talking about Aladdin?
Damn,
I wasn't on Facebook talking about Aladdin. I was on Instagram talking about Aladdin.
You was but did you?
I saw.
He posted something up.
He was like, "Yo, I need to see Jasmine
this
naked."
Better be in Aladdin.
Whoa!
Nah,
He's like, "I want to see that sex scene with Jasmine."
Yeah,
That's what
you
said.
was
I want to see that lusty scene with Jasmine.
That's
what you
said. It was the
cartoon
one too.
That is not what I said. I know exactly what I said.
You said, "I want to see the seductive scene with Jasmine." Why? You trying to beat off in the theater?
No, I'm not that creepy nigga off.
So why'd you want to see that in the movie?
Because I'm not.
Yo, now what would you be doing sitting there watching that person?
What bag you getting in when that
I gotta see this. You know
the fan bag? Like, you can enjoy the movie without that scene. That's not important to the plot. So why do you need to see that scene?
I want to see it, 1, because Aladdin is one of like my top 3 favorite Disney movies. 2,
but we're talking about Jasmine. Why that scene with Jasmine?
So if you stop interrupting me,
I don't know.
I can get my shit off and let myself explain.
Yeah, you trying to get your shit off.
Let you get the chance.
So that's one. Aladdin's one of my top 3 favorite Disney movies. 2, Naomi Scott, who's going to play Jasmine in the movie, obviously very attractive. Saw her in the Power Rangers movie. And 3,
that's the girl that played Kimberly.
Yes. So 3, seeing Naomi Scott, Native American.
Native American.
Now
could have fooled me.
Yeah, they're all 25% Cherokee.
Wow.
You fell for that?
They did too.
Wow. Damn. I'm a fool.
What tribe she is? Was she at the
She was
thing?
in the pterodactyl tribe.
Was she on Capitol
Pterodactyl
Hill
tribe.
getting yelled at by the white kids in MAGA hats?
Don't get me started on that.
We're not going to talk about it, but I just
Thank
want to
God.
know if she was there.
Nah, she wasn't there.
Of course not. So yeah, you in the movie Aladdin.
No, I'm done.
I mean, the speaking of the Disney movies, there's the Lion King. Hey, y'all, how y'all feel about that?
Oh, we all good. That's the new Black Panther.
Really?
We're in there.
I mean,
Niggas
you
is
got
like,
everybody there.
nigga, Beyonce.
And Bino.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Drake. Yo, this nigga's a goat. Drake. Yo.
I've been getting this shit off now.
How y'all feel about Soulja Boy claiming all this shit?
We'll get to it.
First, let's stick to one topic at a time.
We just jumping through the whole show, giving y'all a preview of what we're gonna be talking about this episode.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just wanted to know why Kenneth wanted to beat off in the theater. That's crazy.
I'm not beating off.
So what are you gonna do when
Wow.
that comes on? When that scene with that actress that you find attractive and that scene that you love so much happens in the theater that you demanded, once it finally happens, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna scrutinize it heavily.
Of course, that's why you wanted it.
There you go.
Okay. Makes sense.
It needs to be accurate. That's
Weird
what it
flex,
is.
but okay.
Yeah, of course.
Straight up.
He's gonna scrutinize it. Yeah, right.
Oh, nigga, you gay.
All right. Moving on to our next topic. Our A topic is Future. I would play his music, but it just came out, and I don't want to get sued. So but first of all, his new album came out. Did anybody listen to the new album?
I don't want to watch it or listen.
I said, did
to
you
it.
listen to the album?
Yeah, I didn't.
A simple
watch
no
it.
words.
I couldn't watch it. No.
Can't watch this music. It's crazy. Nah,
Neither can
Can we not?
no. I saw like the
This nigga
first.
Kai lives in the fifth dimension. He watches music.
Yes, I do. This is how it works. I'm trying to tell you why we can't do a music podcast.
Yeah, because we
Because
don't
I
live in
saw
the
the bullshit. No, I saw the bullshit when you said looking for Benny Hill last.
Don't let him look it up now.
It sounds like just like it. This nigga.
Sounds like a dog trying to talk.
Nah, that shit.
Nah,
what
but-
was it called? Was
I
it
don't-
Hendrix? Or
Was
Hendrix?
Future Hendrix.
Future Hendrix. But wasn't it called like The Wizard or some shit?
Yeah, Future
Yeah,
Hendrix
yeah.
the Wizard.
Nah, I thought it was just a single at first, but he had some single and it sounded like it was alright. It was like the jet setting or some shit.
Yeah.
Or hopping off a jet.
No, I got it right here.
That shit is jumping.
Future.
Fuck Russell. Stupid.
You too close, man.
Straight up. Oh my god.
Enough fun with the sound.
Yes, all right. Enough on the demo. But anybody, yeah, he don't. You didn't hear the album, Akai? Did you hear the album?
No, I didn't.
I don't know.
I listened to the album. It's cool. It's whatever. He has some nice tracks on there that I like, but
That's not what we're here to talk about. Not
of course not. That's not what we're here to talk about. If you want to listen to that, go listen to it. We're not a music podcast. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
But
almost
there you
fucked
go.
myself up.
And now
But
here's
he
Kenneth
was
for
on
sports.
no, but he was on a press run and he did 1 million interviews for the album. And in his 1 million interviews, people asked him an array of questions. And one of the things that he seemed to feel real strongly about that he talked about was his feelings about Ciara and Russell Wilson's relationship.
You about to call it Ciara and Future?
No, Future Junior, because that's his son's name.
Future Junior.
Yeah, baby Future, and the relationship that Ciara has with Russell Wilson around about his kid. Now, normally, god damn nigga,
Popeyes.
fucking.
God, we don't get the bag from Popeyes.
But also, normally, like I think since episode 3 or so, whatever, we stopped talking about kids. I try to stay away from those type of topics because none of us have children, and I kind of
It's very rare that we talk about like kids on here.
Yeah, because I always feel weird talking about people in their kid situations.
I can't
It
say
just-
shit on it.
Yeah, it just feels weird to me. So we try not to talk about it as much. But he tried to speak on nigga.
Wild, wow.
But he spoke on Ciara and Russell Wilson trying to say that she didn't get his approval to bring Russell Wilson around his son. Like he didn't agree with her co-parenting methods, saying that she was going around doing a bunch of stuff with their child without his permission. Okay. And I would like to know where we stand on that.
Well, if say I have a child with a woman, but she and I aren't together, where we're doing the separated parent thing, and she like ends up with a guy, no matter, I'm not gonna say no matter what he does, but like I would want to know who he is and what he's about before he's around my child.
But let's say if you're in that situation and it's
That
somebody who's that well known in the public eye with a super good boy persona, are you gonna be tripping?
I don't know. I honestly can't say because I'm not a parent. So
I'm saying, but do you think Future should be able to?
I feel like Future should be concerned about who Ciara is bringing around his children.
But in this case of Russell Wilson,
in Russell Wilson's case, he doesn't need to trip that hard. If it was somebody like. If it was somebody like
obviously it was fucking OJ the Juice Man of
if it was OJ. If it was OJ,
OJ Simpson, hell yeah. If it was OJ Simpson, nigga, that's a problem with me. OJ hanging out with my mother, nigga. What are you doing?
Hey, OJ, can you pick up, little Future from daycare?
No, hell no. But
I'll be right over in the White Bronco.
But no, I just felt like
cut over there.
Because in those interviews he spoke a lot about trying to say that like, yo, where I come from, we don't do that and this and that, and we know Future makes a lot of toxic masculinity music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's great.
What did Andre 3000 say about it? He's like, he makes the most negative motivational music,
and it
it's
works.
So true,
but it works. It's amazing.
So true.
That's why we go to him.
We do.
He's
I'm
like a sad savant. Like
a sad savant. A sad savant.
Yeah.
Really? Sad?
Let's look up
that
savant.
nigga ain't savant. Like he ain't.
Let's look up savant. Maybe I'm using the word wrong.
He definitely
Let me look it
ain't
up.
sad.
Have you heard the song
Yeah, of
"Throwaway"?
course. Yes.
That's the saddest song I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god!
Like it's like that, and it's like that song, and "I'll Never Dance with My Father Again." Like those two songs are the saddest songs I've ever heard in my life.
Oh god, damn!
Did you put a Future song up there with a Luther Vandross song?
Have you heard the song?
This is exactly why we can't do a music podcast.
In terms of sadness, I know exactly how "Dance with My Father Again." How sad that shit hurt.
That's
I can't even sing it because of copyright. But "Throwaway" by Future.
It's a sad ass song. So for him to talk about this in a relationship, you could still tell that he still has, he still feels a way. He even tried to say that I can never get with any of my baby mothers because it'll make the rest of them jealous.
That's not really a sad thing. That's a protective thing.
He sound like a pimp. That sounds like a pimp. That sounds like what something a pimp would say. What? Yo, to applaud this? That's toxic masculinity, my nigga. Yo. The views of Evan Soundboard do not reflect the views of Can We Not Podcast.
I'm just saying he has a point.
Evan Combest is just
that's
saying.
his persona, and that's like the bag he jumps into every time when he gets on mic is that he's like, the sad guy. It's like, I get it. Like, I get that's the objective he's supposed to have. It's not right. Doesn't make it right. Of course he's wrong. And we should all learn from it, but it's nice to understand that other side. And that he jumps into that bag every time. And in all honesty, I wish I could say more about it, but Joe Budden's podcast, I think episode 214 that he just put out, they spoke about it. And they went into detail.
Yeah.
They went into more detail, but he said it in the most best way possible to explain it, to explain Future's mentality. He said Future has a real hard time trying to let other people live and enjoy their life because he keeps making up all these codes and rules for people on how they should behave. He keeps trying to define how other people should behave. People could be out here living their own life, doing stuff that has nothing to do with Future, but yet Future's going to comment on it and say, yo, they shouldn't be doing it like that. Where I come from, we don't do things like that. Like, he has something to say about all these people's relationships and the way they live their lives. And every time when Future tries to dictate how somebody's life should be lived, it's always in the benefit of Future. Like, I'm paraphrasing it, but Joe Budden speaks more in on it, but that's essentially what he's doing.
He's looking towards the future.
Yeah. That's the only person he's looking out for, himself.
Future looks bright.
Yeah.
I mean, it's low-key smart, but...
Can't really hate on it.
I mean, is there like a more general way to approach this of like how niggas do this themselves?
Yes, niggas do this all the time. Niggas always try to tell their girl how to live their life. Like, it's that controlling thing. And that's why I wanted people to, like, watch it and, like, really dig on it, because I would love for them to have conversations with their brothers and their friends and their male friends like that, just to, like, to recognize those behaviors. And that way, and maybe me saying this you might reflect on yourself as a listener and be like, yo, I do that sometimes. Like, low-key, I think I do control my girl. Like, I know, me personally, I have some controlling issues. So, like, that's something that I try to work on in my future. But that actually leads me on to the next topic is, what is one of the toxic relationship qualities that we have?
Damn. And that's enough time for the podcast.
Wow. This is the fastest podcast ever.
It's
Jesus
crazy.
Christ. Good shit, guys. Yeah. Oh, man. Wrap it up. There you go. Oh, man. A toxic quality that I
All right,
have.
who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
Nice.
Get mine
Just
on
one. You don't have to name
Nice.
all of them. I know you have a lot.
Wow.
The list is long.
Wow.
Premium
Go-
snap.
You're single, right?
I am single, yes.
Okay, then.
There you go.
What?
So, what? So,
Snooze to me.
so I guess my toxic quality, I would have to say, is control. I can see you texting, nigga.
Okay, watch me text.
So my toxic quality, I would have to say, yeah, I can see myself as being controlling in relationships, not really dictating what the person is or isn't allowed to do or say or like how they live, but just how they, I guess, interact around me or like behave around me. What are y'all niggas laughing at over there? What is going on? What?
I don't know.
You don't know. What's happening?
How would you work on that?
I guess being more open and communicative with my partner, just trying to figure out why it is that I do that, and try not just talk to them, but like take a deeper look into myself and figure out why it is that I need certain things to go my way, or else I'm unhappy in my relationship.
That's real.
Yeah.
True. Word.
Thank you.
Okay.
I want to say for me, controlling was a part of it, but to get at a bigger thing, I would want to say, damn, I feel like at some points I get kind of clingy.
Clingy.
Yeah, like I'll admit to it. Like I do want like affection from the person.
Often?
But I mean, of course, you're in a relationship.
No,
you
I
want to
mean,
be like, yo, hey.
No, I mean like often as in like not like 24 hours a day, but like throughout the day consistently like that. Is that what you mean?
Nah, just affection. Just I mean, like, genuine affection. So, niggas is mad out here. So I think that was a lot of it, especially in like, relationships before, because it's like, you get argumentative and it's just like, damn. Like, get in your bag.
I get what you're saying.
And I feel like for me, I definitely would want to make sure like I'm reciprocating that to the person the way they would want it. But I guess it's more me to kind of like voice how I need that affection instead of it just being like expecting it. I think that's why I was like, oh.
You be trying to Jedi mind trick them.
Yeah. It's like, yo, you can't feel me. But like,
You don't feel the vibes.
you don't feel the vibe. Come on, girl. Like, yo, what's going on?
How are you not feeling these vibes?
This nigga's Aquaman.
But then,
Affection man.
oh yeah, definitely
He needs to
affection.
get his stones in order.
Just rub them together hard enough.
Come on. Nah, I feel like
Feel the
that's...
vibrations.
Feel the vibrations.
He's on
Can
his
you
market.
feel it?
You on your market
Can you
market the
feel
funky
it?
bunch.
Oh, but yeah, no, I did the song wrong on purpose.
Yeah, you did.
But no, like I
got
think
the
that's no, don't do it. Don't play it. We can't. It's gonna get sued.
You're right.
By who? The funky bunch?
No, the vibrations, bro.
Only thing funky about them is their bank accounts now.
Yeah, and they still collecting. Man.
Anyway.
Nah, I feel like that's like a big thing. Just trying to get too much affection from the person, or like wanting something from the person and kind of expecting it, but not really voicing it. Yep. Like almost as if you're like trying to get at a song. You don't really know the tune that well, and you don't even know any of the lyrics, but you just expect the other person to know it. Evan Combest, ladies and gentlemen. Evan motherfucking Combest. That was good. That was good. I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
But no, I hear exactly what you're saying, and you know, a lot of that just comes back down to communication.
Mm-hmm.
All
Of
right.
course.
Evan, yours.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say it anyway, but thank you for putting the spotlight on me. My biggest thing, toxic trait in a relationship would be space. My need for space. Like, I feel like sometimes I want too much space, which also counteractively, whenever I do want space versus how much I don't want space, it makes that like, okay, now I don't need space. So now I need you here, regardless if you're here or not.
But what if it's not that? What if it's your issue in how you communicate how you need space and versus how?
No, but sometimes I don't need space if I'm upset or anything. Sometimes I just need space to just like chill, be by myself. Because like I respect individuality in relationships. Like, you're your own person, I'm my own person. I do my own stuff, you have your own stuff. Like, I'm a passionate person with my passions. I would expect my partner to have their own passions. So I would want space, give them space they can put towards their passions. So I would respect their space as much as I would want them to respect mine. But sometimes I do put myself in a ball and I go into a space for long periods of time and I don't say anything. And normally women see that as a bad thing, but for me, it's not. Like, whenever I'm like away and just in my own world, that doesn't mean anything's wrong. Like, if nothing happened for there to be something wrong, then nothing happened.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
You're just doing you.
Yeah, I'm just doing me. Like, it's just the same. It's like, if I went to sleep for 10 hours, you're not going to say, I woke up angry, so you must be angry. Like, no, I'm fine. I just woke up. It's like, I'm just back.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not disappearing because there's an issue. I'm just back.
I'm awake now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out my bag.
Exactly. I hopped up out the bed. I turned my swag on.
Wow.
I just took me 10 hours to look in the mirror and say, what's up? But I'm getting money now. And that leads me into our next topic.
This right here
Before
is
we
the
can-
next topic.
No,
Before
go ahead.
we continue, anyone
topic.
like all our viewers and listeners, let us know what you think your toxic quality is in a relationship. In the YouTube video, put it in the comment section down below, and when we get on our Facebook feed too, if you on our Facebook page, Can We Not Podcast, you can comment it when this link comes out. Like, hey, my toxic quality is this. Don't shame me.
Of course, I'll try to make a clip for it and put it on the Facebook page for everybody to comment. The next topic that I want to talk about kind of is with toxic traits in relationships and things like that. Was saying things you don't mean in a relationship.
Ooh.
Have any of us been guilty of it? And if so, what are some of the things that you say that you don't mean? What are like common phrases that you say, whether it be good or bad, that you don't necessarily mean in the moment? You're just saying it because you feel like it's needed. Even on dates.
I love you.
Damn.
Unblock me.
No, I love you? The I love you in person or I love you text? Both are fire.
What do you think it's the answer?
No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Damn.
That's a lie.
Nigga, that's a lie. That's a lie. You lying about lying. Nigga, that shit is true as fuck.
Nigga.
What?
Nothing. That's one. That's one.
Damn. Niggas have a whole secret conversation.
No,
It's not a secret conversation.
No, it's a phone call.
It's a phone call.
So,
It's a phone call from somebody you can't pick up the phone for.
Yeah. I can't. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
damn. So
Rules of engagement.
what I was gonna say was, if you ever tell the person, oh, no matter what, you can, no matter what, I'm always there for you. Like saying like, yeah.
Yo, the always?
Yeah. If you've
That's
been
a
guilty
damn
of that.
lie.
I've been guilty of that. Like,
That's
yo,
a damn
no matter
lie.
what, like, yo, no matter how angry we are, at
You
each
know,
other,
oh God,
it's
as soon as that shit gets out, change the passwords, change the locks, everything.
I need you. Same phone. Who this?
Same phone. Who's this? This nigga's an idiot. But nah, I think I haven't said the phrase always since I was 18.
Yeah, that's
To an old girl. I've never said always. I've stayed away because the relationship that I was in when I was 18, like the girl that I was involved with, she would always say like always and forever.
Always and forever. Oh, jeez.
And I just, spoiler alert, it wasn't always.
Wow.
Nor was it forever.
Damn.
It wasn't forever and it wasn't always. And that shit hurt.
That shit hurt.
Yeah, because I was like, what happened to always and forever? Even though I'm the one that broke it off, but still.
Don't break your mic, man. You don't drop that shit.
Nigga, do you know how wild that is? Wait.
Fuck your whole mic off of that.
Man.
But do y'all know how wild that is, though?
Yes.
For her to say always and forever, and then I just leave?
No, you mean like, oh, that's a cool story. I'm out.
Yeah.
Dip.
I left. Well, she did some fucked up shit. That's why I had to leave. She forced me to leave.
She
So
forced
then
you
it
to
wasn't,
leave?
so then it wasn't even on you.
Because you know what it really was? It was toxic femininity. She said always and forever no matter what, but she was like, no matter what I do to you, fucked up wise, I would still be around and still ask you to be there for me.
Damn.
That's what it really was.
You think that's
Always
what,
and forever be there for me.
you know, maybe we should look at who made the marriage thing up. Like, you know, like the vow, like saying
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Like, let's listen to that whole thing in sickness and in health.
It doesn't. People
richer,
don't
for
really
poor.
do
For
it.
richer or poor.
Better
Is
or
this
worse?
Who was it that
Till
wrote it?
death do us part.
Was it a nigga or was
And
it?
it really don't be till death.
No, it'll be the.
It be till
no.
inconvenience do us.
No, not even that. No, it is till death. Till the death of how I care about you or the death of this relationship.
Nah, who you think wrote that shit? Was it a man or a woman?
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
You sure it wasn't like some dude out here who was just like sick with the pen back then? And he was in sicko mode. He's like, nah, I'm gonna trap these bitches.
William Shakespeare.
I'm gonna
ass
trap
nigga.
these bitches.
A William Shakespeare ass nigga wrote that shit.
Till death do us part.
I'm gonna just keep talking on this mic till it dies. Wait,
Till it drop. That's what you get for smacking the mic.
you absolutely right, my nigga. You're not lying.
Exactly.
This is just all edit points.
Edit points. Yeah, that's me.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I sound
Lord.
fine. I sound fine
Oh,
as
Lord.
long as I don't touch anything. It's fine.
Stop smacking shit.
You're
There
right.
you go.
You're
That's what
absolutely
you-
right. We had the perfect setup, and I fucked it up.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic
There you go.
evidentity.
Evidently.
It's toxic evidentity.
Evidently.
But you know the I love you text is so odd because like I'm definitely guilty of this. You ever just said I love you when you definitely didn't mean it, whether it be to get a person or to keep a person?
No.
You never said it.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
No.
It would always be
no.
within context
No,
of
you
just
know,
like
you
whatever.
want to know why I've never said it? Because I've never been the person to say it first in a relationship.
No, I don't mean saying it first.
No,
I'm talking
I've
about
never-
just saying it
Oh, no.
in general. Just to be like, I'm leaving you, but I love you.
No.
You never did?
No. No.
Nah.
The dead air.
Nah, definitely not.
I'm not accusing you. I'm looking at you to say, can you get a load of this nigga to the left of me?
Yo.
And we know this man.
Yes.
We're not asking him to tell a story. We're just asking him to tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Tell your truth.
That is my truth.
Oh my goodness.
But
Nah,
I have
man.
you know what it was? I definitely have done that. I did it one time in particular to a girl because it was like things were ending, things were just crumbling apart, everything was falling apart between
And
me
you
and
threw
her.
up that last like half court.
And it wasn't even like I love you. It was like
Chuck.
I think.
I think
So you
I
were,
think-
you were shooting
Yo.
the game. So you were shooting the game winner down by 3, hoping it go in. I think
That was a half court.
damn.
That was
No, that's from the
half
bleachers.
court guaranteed brick.
That was from the
No, that was
bleachers.
a backwards half court shot. You're not even in the same gym.
And then your boys in the back. Oh. Meanwhile,
You know
he
what?
lying.
It went in.
It did?
Get
That's insane.
No, you are, no. Oh my god.
That's insane. I can't. Wow.
I don't even
How
know
the
whether or
fuck
not to
that
applaud
work?
that or not.
How the fuck that work?
Well, you know what's funny about me and my history that I'm not going to talk about in this episode, but I have a lot of wild stories where I've done things that would never work, but they worked for me.
I can see that.
Like
I
I've
know-
done some
I-
wild.
Maybe it was the
I know-
context.
I
Maybe
know
that's
yours.
what all it was.
I know your history, like the bare minimum of like majority of it. So I can definitely attest that a lot of the shit that you have done and you have
pulled off.
Yeah, exactly pulled off
The shit that I've gotten off over the years.
The capers, like you. Man.
I've gotten some legendary shit off. We're going to talk about it one day. This is today ain't the day. So we're moving on to the next topic. So the next topic I want to talk about with you guys. Very serious. Very, very serious. So I want to know you gentlemen's opinion. Can you still hold resentment? Can you say that you're truly over an ex but still hold resentment towards that ex?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right then.
Next topic. The fuck?
Y'all can say your piece.
Yeah, but I said, well, some people would say that's toxic. How dare you? No, you can't. So let's try to explain to the people who might disagree why.
All right. Well, I'll take the helm on this first. As far as I know, if you still hold resentment towards somebody, that's perfectly fine. It just teaches you, hey, like, I don't need to give this person an in anymore. Like, yo, you did me wrong. You didn't, give me what I needed from that moment, and I got a scar to prove it. That was fucked up. It's bullshit. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your scars. That's it. X, it's an example. That's it.
That's it. I
Keep
can't
it moving.
I can't even jump off of that trampoline off of that. It's just that's it. Like if someone did you that wrong and you still are like recovering from that, recuperating from that like no matter how you feel emotionally about that person, you just know that they left, like Akai said, a scar. Even if it's not a physical, it's an emotional scar, sometimes a financial scar upon your life that you're still trying to heal. But that shit will always be there. So, yes, you can.
It's just not the same as it ever. It'll never be the same as it was before.
Exactly.
Nah, hell no.
And then people will try to. Well, some people might try to say that, well, obviously you're not over. You're still hung up on it, so that must mean something.
No, I ain't hung up. I'm not hung up on the shit. I'm trying to recover from the shit.
I feel like it's like reflecting, like that. You know how people need closure after a relationship? You need that point to reflect. If you don't get that chance to reflect on what happened with you and that person and that interaction, you won't be able to make the sound choice of moving on with the next person. So that's why, like, some people, like, they'll say, "Oh, well, I'm single. Why you been so single, for so long?" It's like, well,
I have a very damn.
check out this wicked playlist.
What's behind door number 1?
It's like, fuck, bro.
Emotional abuse.
Survey says.
Exactly. Would you like to call a friend?
Phone a friend. No, that's what you do when you see the ex. They send that hey text. What you want from me now?
Exactly.
Wow, that's why she left.
Nah, I think that I agree with both of you gentlemen that you can do that. That you can like still harbor resentment towards an ex, but not be over them. I mean, and still be over them, because I think those two things are not synonymous with one another. Both things can both exist and still be true. Like, let's say if you stab me, it's going to take me a while to recover from that stab wound, but I'm not hanging out with you no more.
Yeah. I can't trust you around cutlery.
Exactly. You'll never have cutlery.
Barbecue? No, I'm good.
You will never have cutlery around me, but it's still going to take a while for the scar to heal.
Exactly.
Shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if somebody was to say that, like, oh, that must mean it means something. Yeah, it means something. It means that person's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's all that means. It doesn't mean anything more, nothing less. It just means that person did me really, really wrong, and it was very, very disrespectful to me and my emotions and my feelings at the time that we were dealing with each other. So if I choose to never want to be around that person again, doesn't mean that I still harbor any type of feelings towards them. It just means that person's a piece of shit, and I know better now.
Yeah. Know better, do better.
Exactly. If it's a nigga running around with a flamethrower, flamethrowing everybody, I'm not gonna stand next to him.
Maybe he's got some.
It's just called learning better judgment and practicing it.
There you go.
Exactly. As Akai says at the end of every episode, know better, do better. I have now learned better from shitty experience, so now I will continue to do better.
There you go.
Now Tony sent me a read, which is nice timing, because I was just ending this topic. So, just a reminder, if you guys enjoy this podcast and find the things that we say valuable, please share our link on your social media with your friends, and remember that this is the most interactive podcast available, and we love communicating with our listeners, and we want you guys to feel like you're a part of this show. So feel free to use the hashtag Can We Not Podcast or message us directly on any of our social medias for any input or questions about the show. Guys, what are your social media accounts? While I fix my mic.
Mine is Godzilla_kinda on Instagram.
And I'm Bro Hope Fiasco on Instagram.
Of course he played that one. So you said you were single, Kenneth?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Wait, you don't have any other social media?
Nah, fam.
No?
Nah, fam.
Crazy.
Not for these people.
Crazy.
Crazy. Wow, bro. Fix the mic, bro. Stop smacking shit.
It's crazy, bro.
And if you want to watch Evan smack mics on any other social media, he's Evan Combest on Facebook,
Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Yes.
Or get smacked in the head by a microphone.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good now. I think I fixed my mic. I'm perfectly fine. So, guys, we're going to be moving on to our next topic.
Yep.
Which is now talking about toxic femininity and the mental abuse that they play on their boyfriends in relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. That sounds like you sitting there doing a thesis in college. I'm like, what?
Dissertation.
I spent a lot of time writing this week.
Did you speak to a college professor just to make sure?
Nah, he spoke to the Mood God.
The Mood God, yes.
Shout out Gabe.
Yeah, shout out Gabe. I was definitely speaking to him. But this in the talkings that we talk about, it's just like, there's a lot of low-key mental abuse that goes on in relationship these days. Like, when girls say one thing or expect one thing but mean another. Or like the way that they leave hints.
Okay.
Or the way that they change their mind without communicating it.
Expectations.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is definitely a part of toxic femininity.
But is it a toxic thing if they don't know they're doing it?
Yes.
No, do you think they're subconsciously doing it?
Yes. I don't think it's subconscious. I think it's like conscious.
It's conscious.
I think it's a conscious effort
so
to
they're deliberately doing this.
changing their minds. Oh.
Dick in your mouth. That's what you get. There's the karmic gods. The karmic gods right there. Just like, nah. Sorry, you don't get to speak bad about women like that. No. Never.
For those who don't know and are listening,
Nah, just watch the YouTube.
Listen
Just
to
watch the YouTube. Just watch the YouTube. That's where you get the content from. Sorry, Rodney.
No respect whatsoever.
from your own microphone.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, like, can you guys think back to a relationship or a moment in a relationship where you felt like your girl was like mentally abusing you somehow?
Oof.
I like how you look right at
Oof. Oh man, I might have to take over half of this one. Oh, nah,
Get in your bag.
Nah,
okay, I wouldn't say it was deliberate. I would just say it was because the person needed, more time. That one was meant for me. I think the person needed more time to understand what they really did want from me. Because, when you get into a relationship with a person, sometimes the reasoning is different, Sometimes you might be at a different space in your life where you're like, oh, this would be nice. Or you're just like, yeah, all right, I guess I'm ready to go back into dating. So, I don't know. I don't think it was deliberate. I think it was just this person needed to work on other things. So, I can never really blame it on toxic femininity. Like, as it being like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, I feel like it's not a direct thing.
Let me give you an example.
Okay.
and maybe this might help steer the conversation. I was dealing with a young lady who we were just, in the very beginning of it, she stated that she wanted to know what this was. What was the nature of our relationship? And I was like, all right, cool. She said she just wanted to keep it open and having fun and nothing serious. And so I said, okay, that's the nature of our relationship. All right, cool. I'm like, is it this with the option to, basically it's leasing. We're leasing each other. I'm like, is it leasing with the option to buy later on? Like, if feelings happen later on, can we go down that route? Because I said, I know she's young and I know that tends to happen a lot. So I tried to just keep everything transparent. So she said, yeah. And as time goes along, I let her know, I'm like, okay, you're single, I'm single. So, there's nothing wrong with either of us actively seeking other people, as long as we let each other know for the betterment of our health. So there were moments when I had, opened up and said, like, yo, I'm, talking to this person, I'm talking to that person, this and that. And they seem to, over time, just keep setting these relationship rules and boundaries on me as if they wanted a relationship. But then I would address it and say, hey, you seem like with the things that you're saying, like the limitations you're trying to place on me, you seem like you want a relationship. Is that something you want? Because I'm open to that. But is that something that you would like to happen? And she's like, no, I'm single. You single, you do what you want, I do what I want. I'm like, but I'm trying. You won't let me.
Well, that sounds like, damn, it's pretty messed up.
Text Tone.
My bad.
Can you open the door downstairs, Tone?
Thank you, Tone.
It's mad editing. There's no editing.
Edits.
There's no editing.
I'd really say, I
Was
see
there
what
anything
you mean.
like that?
Okay, relationship boundaries, but that seems like it's different because that seems like the early stages of a relationship.
That happened about 5 months in.
5 months in. But I mean, it's not like
That continued to happen.
I don't know. That seems like you're dating. That's why it just seems like you're dating.
No, we were dating, but it would seem like they wanted to
So
make.
that
They
seems-
wanted to take the. They were setting
but
rules
what
that
I'm
would
saying
only.
But it's I felt like the question you were asking was within a relationship.
No.
That's
I
what
meant like
thought.
within dating or relationships.
Okay, so that's dating. Relationship shit.
Even in relationships, I've dealt with that.
Yeah, but at that point, that seems like a given.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, you're saying like, oh, you know, like hey,
After
I'm-
5 months of dating, you seem like a relationship would be just the natural progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but that's not what they wanted. But they
just
kept
wanted
placing
what?
relations. They wanted to keep it casual. They wanted to keep it having fun, keep it light, keep it in the nature that it was from the time of the beginning. And I was just like, well, why do you keep placing these limitations on me? That's mental abuse, toxic femininity.
Yeah, true. Word.
That's a clear example of it. Do you have anything like that, Kenneth, that falls in the same vein of that? Any stories you would like to share?
Stories, damn. I don't think we got enough time on this podcast.
Yes, we do. We're at the
We ain't
SoundCloud
got no
studios.
time for it, Playboy.
This is the place for that.
It's the time for it.
Nah, like I
3
definitely, I definitely have stories like that. It's just like, it's kind of like what Akai said. Like part of it, I feel like wasn't intentional, but then there were definite points of it. Just like, oh yeah, there's definitely like, yo, they definitely wanted to like impose their will upon like how they wanted certain shit to happen. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, like, one specific story was like, back when, like, back before I had Instagram on, and I was following a whole bunch of like, I guess, lusty sort of pages on Facebook.
Don't you already do that shit?
I mean, yeah, but
You already do that.
Nothing to be shy about, bro.
You ain't gotta be shy, bro.
So,
I follow him too. Did you see
but
me?
I'm the
Did
one
you
with
see
the
me?
premium snap though.
Yeah,
But
you
I'm
be
the
wildin'.
one.
You be wilding. You be wilding.
No.
Chill out.
What do you mean?
Deactivate your account.
I don't have Snapchat anymore.
Shut alone on this
Shut up.
nigga.
Oh, but
So-
yeah, y'all seen that scene about fucking who was it? That was the 6'11" pussy.
Whoa,
What?
The dude, Dwight Howard.
I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
He was doing investigative journalism.
Tell your story.
So.
Speak your truth, King.
Exactly. So what had happened was like I was following those pages on Facebook, and I just happened to be scrolling through my Facebook one time while she was next to me, and a picture came up of a woman who was scantily clad, and she hit me with a, oh, why is that on your page? Well, what you mean? Why is that on my page? I follow it. Oh, why do you have to look at things like that? I don't have to. I just choose to look at it. It's like
It's just there.
Exactly. I'm just cultivating my feed so I see what I want to see and I don't see what I don't want to see. So what? What?
Cultivating my feed?
Yes.
Nigga, what do you think you are?
Listen, Mr. 12, you don't know. Just because you don't know
Hey,
English.
no.
This nigga thinks he's really fucking Frederick Douglass.
Wow.
Niggas abolishing nudity.
Gotta make sure. Gotta make sure.
Fuck this cultivating
I
my
had a
feed.
dream. That's my feet would be the most scantily clad of women.
It's crazy saying that since this episode's going to come out on Martin Luther King Day.
It is Martin Luther King.
Happy birthday, Martin Luther King.
Shout out Martin Luther King.
I wanted to say something wild, but I don't want to say it.
But you know, wait. You know what? He can't say that. He can't say that.
Why?
Because were those women white?
No.
Yes.
No, they weren't.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, nah.
No, they weren't.
Listen.
We got guests in the studio. You trying to get in your bag now?
Nah, you got to get in your bag, man.
No.
Come on, bro.
Nah, they were
Be real, man.
They
Be
were
real.
They were Hispanic and black.
Hispanic and black.
Majority Hispanic.
So he says.
Now listen, that's called motherfucking trash.
Man, listen, I'm just saying. You do have some mayonnaise persuasion that you go to from time to time. Again, I'm going to ask you this one more time. Are you really single?
Yes.
Why do you keep asking him that?
Exactly.
I have my doubts.
You have suspicions?
I have my doubts. I never want to say suspicions. I have my doubts.
Well, with some investigative journalism, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom.
Yeah,
of it.
definitely.
But I think we should move on to our next topic.
Please do.
You told your story, right?
Told your story?
Did I?
Yeah,
She got upset because I was following like
Scantily
bikini
clad
models,
women.
exactly. And then
Bikini models,
and
that's
then she happened to be scrolling down hers, and I see mad shirtless, and he's like, "Hey, why you got that shit on there?" He's like, "Oh, nigga, fuck, what you worried about?" Like,
So it's just a contradictory statement.
Was it white men?
Ooh.
no, it was niggas.
Wow.
Just straight niggas?
Yeah,
Latino niggas?
no,
No Latino niggas?
no, like
Crazy.
more Morris Chestnut.
Denzel.
Do you know why she was posting those dudes and not you?
Not posting, but like following.
Why she was following those? Did she follow you?
Yeah.
Bruh.
What kind of question is that? Yes, of course.
Well, you know.
You broke. That's me.
Wow, you're just getting all your shit off today. It's episode 14 all over again.
Chill.
Next topic.
There you go.
So I would toss it to Kenny in sports in these moments, but I won't. I'm going to toss it to Akai.
Hey.
Because there was a
music
story.
podcast.
Nah.
Shit.
Well, technically, yeah.
Technically,
this is about music.
relevant.
It's technically
relevant.
sports
It's
and
relevant.
music.
Yeah, this is
It's
sports
relevant.
and music. It's about the Super Bowl and Travis Scott.
Oh, fuck Travis Scott.
No, you've been asking me about it. So
I wasn't really.
I want to talk about it.
I guess.
Did you guys hear about it?
Yeah. I mean, I heard that he was like trying to, I guess, justify it by putting out the whole thing. Like, oh, yeah, like they're doing like this charitable donation. The NFL is going to back whatever whatever charity I do. But they already do that with every other year that they do the Super Bowl. So I'm like, okay, this isn't a new thing. Oh, shit. Yeah, that shit.
Good job, Evan.
There it is. But nah, like, I think it's just like, Travis Scott, he's doing the Super Bowl. Not that I canceled him. Still makes great fucking music, but I'm not going to be watching.
Well,
Low-key, I want him to do something. I feel like he
what?
would.
Like what?
Like, like how, he had the nipple slip with, Janet Jackson.
You want him to slip his nipple out?
No. But it's just like an unexpected moment. It's live, but it never happens. I'm not going to want to see Travis Scott's nipple. That's weird. Well, anyway, that's happening. He's still performing with Maroon 5. I don't hear anybody saying anything about Maroon 5 performing, which is still crazy to me.
Like,
It's still crazy to me. No, I just look at that dynamic. Everybody's getting on Travis Scott.
We don't expect
Obviously,
the white
why?
artist to stand up for
Of
black
course
people.
not.
Why not?
Hell
And why
no.
not?
But no. The fact that anybody is performing,
So that's
my whole thing.
that's the deeper question that I guess I wanted to ask. It was like, well, what if those artists that are performing have never stood up for those issues?
Not even standing
Should
for
it
the
be-
issues, but think of
Like if that was never of their agenda, like that's like we're putting our
it's Maroon
expectations
5.
on
I'm
them.
not expecting them to be like,
Of
yo,
course.
Black Lives Matter.
And in Travis Scott's case, does
They
Travis
still have
Scott
a
talk
reason.
about that in his music? He never talks about
They still
wokeness.
don't give a fuck about you.
That's a fact.
Every
They wake
Sunday
up
morning.
Every Sunday morning. And she
all
will
I
be
need.
racist. I mean, no.
She
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. He won't be if she's black. Tell you that right now. If she's facing any injustices, she won't be loved. But in Travis Scott's case, if he doesn't talk about that in his music, does he get a pass for
He kind
performing?
of did. I feel like he kind of touches on it every now and again. It's just like those subtle, like low key things. Like even with Sicko Mode, the video alone.
Yeah.
What
The
about
imagery, the
he was in the hood.
He was in the hood, but he was still talking about like, you know, issues that were going on within like our community. It was just subtle shit.
What part of the video did you get that from?
The gold chains, the nooses, and everything. The imagery and the lyricism play together hand in hand.
I see what you're saying.
This is why I don't want to do the music on.
No, this is for the listeners.
I know, but I'm just saying. But you know, it just seemed like with him as an artist, the only thing I would really expect from that Super Bowl performance is to him like say like, "Yo, fuck the system, fuck everything that's going on here. I'm gonna just do me, and I'm gonna let it be known what my agenda is."
Well, I feel like he kind of didn't need to lie about talking to Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Oh,
because he did do that. He tried to say that he talked to Kaepernick and he got his blessing, and that he was going to get the NFL to donate $500,000 to a charity. But unfortunately, we found out later throughout the week through Nessa, who is Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, she came out and said, "Well, no, you didn't talk to Kaepernick. 2, the money that was being donated to a charity, that's what the NFL does every year to anybody who performs, because the NFL doesn't pay the artist to perform on the NFL. They just give them a charity, tell them to pick a charity, and they donate to it. Third of all, and my point that I'm saying away from what Nessa was saying, $500,000 is nothing to the NFL when you got companies paying over $2 million for a 30-second ad spot.
Or a little like banner on the side in the stadium.
So that tells me how much that really means.
Yeah.
To make it seem like you want to perform. But bro, let me tell you something. You don't really talk about it in your music, so I don't really want to see that. I don't really expect that of you. But at the same time, what if you go on that stage and he takes a knee during his performance? Wouldn't that be fucking ill?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, he does some crazy shit like that.
Exactly. You know? We don't know. We gotta leave it.
Comes out too, that's crazy.
Find your button.
Damn, you gonna find that. That took a minute, bro.
No.
Let me get my shit off.
No.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Let me get my shit.
No.
Let me get this shit off.
Yo, I need you to send me that other clip.
I swear to God, no.
This podcast is gonna go to the fucking roof.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
That's insane.
Well, that's Travis.
Yeah, that's...
Also moving along in music, Ariana Grande. Akai has issues with Ariana Grande. She was in the news this
Akai's
week.
favorite artist.
Yes. Yeah, I love Ariana Grande.
The Ariana Grande stand.
I'm sorry, but I saw
Live
some
from
shit.
the Grande Cafe. Akai Random on the scene.
Straight from Taco Bell on the turnpike.
She's Italian.
Bastardo. No.
Venti.
Venti Grande. Okay, so Ariana Grande did like some music video just
7
recently.
Rings.
7 Rings.
That's the name of the song.
I remember.
Did you guys listen to? No.
I didn't listen
Not
to not a,
intentionally.
We're not a music podcast.
not a music podcast.
All right.
She literally within the clips that I saw, she literally looked like she stole Soulja Boy's swag. It's still, Big Draco.
She
out
hopped
here.
up out the bag.
Big Draco out here, man. He gonna come to collect. Ariana. And then on top of that, it looked like she stole parts of the aesthetic from 2 Chainz's video. I'm just like, what is she doing? She's a culture vulture, but it's get to the next level. Like 2 Chainz himself pointed this shit out. I'm like, oh, you don't see the direct correlation between my videos and what you was doing?
That he had a bunch of pink on in the videos with women running
It was
around.
a pink trap house.
Yeah.
And then the cars in front on the
You don't think that
lawn.
was kind of inspired from Cameron?
I can see that comparison. Cam did.
Oh,
Cameron
boy.
did. Cameron saw it.
Boy. Oh, boy.
But that's your issue with Ariana Grande. Did you hear about, there was this thing going around about Ariana Grande. You let me know if you heard about it. I saw it on Twitter the other day. It was about Ariana Grande intentionally tanned her skin to use the racial ambiguity to her benefit of black people in her music.
I believe it. I mean, it seemed like she getting darker and darker by the day.
They had a picture of her standing next to Nicki Minaj, and they were damn near the same complexion.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because
Nicki
when Nicki
Minaj
Minaj with her makeup on in light, she appears to be lighter.
Yeah,
But
that's just...
I also saw a picture on somewhere on social media where it was Ariana Grande like today as compared to how she looked when she was on.
Yep.
The Nickelodeon
And she was
show.
on the Disney shows
Yeah.
or Nickelodeon, whatever show she was on.
Yeah.
But she was like super pale,
Exactly.
and that's why she changed her skin
Exactly.
to use the racial ambiguity to her benefit.
Reverse vitiligo.
Do we agree with that? Do we feel like that's a problem? Some people say, "Yo, you looking too deep.
Uncle
You too
Ruckus.
woke."
No relation, but I feel like they related.
Damn.
We don't see the connection yet, but we gonna find it.
Ah, man. All I can say is, whatever it is she's doing, it just seems like it's just more for the pop kind of thing. And I don't know.
Trying to stay relevant.
It's trying to stay relevant. I mean, not even relevant, but it's just like you're trying to ride a wave that's already like done. Like, make your own wave. Like, I kind of liked, I'll be the first one to admit, I kind of liked the way she was going, where she was kind of just being more of an empowerer.
She did also apologize. Like, she never means to come off that way. She did like put out a statement saying she apologized if she comes off that way.
But it's one thing for this person to repeatedly have to say, I didn't mean to, but then you're still making these kind of hiccups. And I'm just like, you do know that we see you stealing from the store, right? I didn't mean to, and I didn't mean to steal it like this.
Yo,
And I didn't mean to get like a plastic bag and put it in the bag, but I'm stealing.
No, I mean, I hear what you're saying, that, you know, that like when she was very much younger when she did that, but the fact that it keeps happening, but that, don't you think that's also a product of growing up before our very eyes?
No. How old is Ariana Grande?
25.
She's 20 fucking 5?
Yeah.
Hell no. Nah, she better get her shit together. She knows she blatantly doing this shit. Nah, 25? Nah.
And she was a child star.
So what?
That doesn't give her any leeway.
No, it doesn't. She had money. Can't be that stupid, sitting there blatant to this shit, oblivious. Oh, I got money. Didn't know what I was doing.
Money equals maturity.
Not all the time, but at the same time, she should at least have some damn shit together. I mean, you can afford houses. I can only afford apartments. I'm sorry, I can only afford rent. not mortgage. Not yet, but still. Yo, check out Cameron Out Podcast on YouTube.
Actually, something else that we should be checking out, moving on to a different topic, is a show that Akai's been checking out that I think he wants to recommend to us.
Yes,
he's been checking out the show with Killer Mike called Trigger Warning.
Trigger Warning.
He hit us up about it, like, yo, you gotta watch it. It's the illest
I
shit
sent
ever.
it to the chat and I was like, yo, it's pretty dope. It's only about 6 episodes. It's on Netflix. I was checking it out and I gotta say, like, if you're not watching it, I don't know if I can talk to you. But at the same time, I think he presented a lot of different views on the show that was like really dope in just its approach and how it presented certain arguments. So I was just like, yo, it's pretty dope. But other than that, and what y'all are doing off camera,
I have to plug in my soundboard. It's dying.
it's dying. Well, at the same time,
I
yeah.
give a fuck about Tone's laptop. Niggas been charging for an hour.
You can
Talking
plug
about, yo,
both in.
I thought we could. Kenneth's like, yo, we only got one plug.
Is Tone watching porn over there still?
Which means still. That's all he did.
Gotta make sure tricking off that shit.
See, if the battery died, we wouldn't be able to do that.
There you go. We're all plugged in now.
So, you would recommend, what's the show about? You told us what the show's about?
So basically, yeah, the Trigger Warning, again, just to recap, it's just a lot of different issues and social things that Killer Mike presents, and he gives different solutions and different views on it. So I definitely think if you are someone that wants to be in the know and want to see things on our side, check it out. Do yourself a favor. It's only 6 episodes, only about half hour. Super dope.
Out of 10, what do you give it?
I would give it like an 8.5, 9.
Is
Like,
it just
off the
him running
direction.
around doing black shenanigans?
Stop hitting the mic, please.
No, in a way, yes, and I like the way it was shot. But it's just, hey, Killer Mike being Killer Mike in Atlanta and getting shit done. Yep. And fucking Benny Hill.
Benny and the mics.
That's insane.
But No, my thing was I was wondering to watch it or not. Just seemed like that little part where he's in the strip club talking about, oh, you're Asian, you're not black, get out of here.
Yeah, no, I'll let you know this now. Like a lot of the trailers seem like he was just wilding, but to preface, if
It's
you're
all in
able to,
context?
yeah, it's all in context. It's all in context. You'll be able to see if like you check it out. That's literally the first episode too. That what you're seeing you're referring to, but you'll see.
And he's in front of little kids,
Yeah.
like, yo, you're not black, chill out.
Yeah, no,
That's what he just, it's like he's walking around to anybody who's not black, like, yo, you're not black, chill out.
no. Like it really does look worse in the trailers, but in context, for the show, do yourself a favor, watch it, check it out, and if you guys do check it out, give us your thoughts.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, the show You, that's the show I want to talk about on Netflix. That's on Netflix.
That's a stalker.
Because
If I
that's
ever
on,
seen
no,
one.
wait, no, that's on,
definitely a
wait,
stalker. He is a stalker.
let me give some background.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to start
Exposition
off
for the
with
fans. So, that's the thing on Netflix, and also Netflix is like raising their prices, so I don't know if I'm going to watch that Killer Mike show. I don't know if I can afford it.
Oh, so you're agreeing with you're finally agreeing with Monique. A year later.
Yeah, I'm finally standing with Monique. Hey, my loves. I want y'all to know I'm one of the loves now.
He hasn't shaved his legs for years.
I'm
In
one of the.
solitude.
I am one of the loves. I am part of the love hive, the Monique hive. I will not be standing with Netflix. Why did you know?
Ooh, let's party.
When they have a
party.
subscriber base
That
of
was my
over 100 million people,
Yeah.
and you raise the fare up by like $1 or $2,
Yeah.
that's over $200 million you're getting a month now in profit.
Oh yeah,
That's insane. No, nobody thinks that's insane.
That is insane.
we've been through that. We've been through that already.
Well, you've been with Netflix for a minute, so are you used to the price hikes?
No.
They think they're the MTA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've been through that with the fucking MTA.
The fucking tyrants.
Just bastards. Man, I could go on for days about the MTA.
Same train,
Same train.
higher fares.
With nothing improving.
Nothing to improve.
Nothing.
You ever seen a homeless nigga just piss on the fucking
Yo.
train?
I mean, I don't think that's a train problem. That's not an MTA problem. That's just gonna be a.
There should be security for the amount of money.
a
that I'm
security guard.
Yes.
Why you need?
For
No.
the amount of money,
For all the
every
shit-
car should have a security
There are gonna
officer.
be a lot more deaths on the train if there's security guards.
Yes.
Thank you. 'Cause
There might need to
they'd
be.
What?
All them delays.
Listen, the first
That'll
time,
fix that problem.
No, the first time I saw that nigga with the 8-ball jacket smack the shit out of that bitch on the train,
Keep
I
him
knew we didn't.
every time.
No,
Need him in every
no,
car.
no. The views of the Carry Out podcast do
Because
not
niggas be
reflect-
wilding on the train.
It-
If they
as
got
you
the
can
shit
see,
smacked out of them, they would stop wilding.
Take a sip, bust your lip. Yes,
No.
exactly.
8-ball.
Far Rock
That's
legend.
my nigga.
That's the Far Rock legend. Shout out to that nigga. I don't know if you guys can hear the sirens in the back, but he's rolling off with his fucking suitcase full of nutcrackers.
So back to the Netflix show.
so yes,
You.
Yeah,
yes.
back to-
I
back
said
to You.
all that to say that there's a show on Netflix called You. It's about a man. He meets this woman and he becomes almost obsessed with her.
No. He's obsessed with her.
He almost becomes obsessed with her. I know what I said.
Stalker.
And he has such an interest in her that he's determined to like make her a part of his life or to make himself
her his.
Stalker in the
So
Obsession.
it's kind of about. I've only seen 4 episodes of it. You've only seen 1, so you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm just saying.
You've only seen one.
that
Petty
the
man.
things that he goes through in this episode and throughout the show is just very, very like
Stalkerish, yeah.
no, it's very eye opening to the toxic femininity that's going on in today's world.
Bro.
You
Yeah,
were milking this shit.
fam. Y'all keep saying he's a stalker, and I don't understand why y'all keep saying that.
Alright, so boom. Hold on.
Let's look up the word stalker. What's a stalker?
Oh,
Have y'all ever stalked somebody?
So we're gonna.
So using
What?
public information on the internet is stalking somebody.
No.
Okay, then he's not a stalker.
But the other shit he be doing, that's stalker
What?
shit. Hiding in the bitch's shower while she's in the house.
So you never been in another woman's shower?
Without her knowledge? No. I've never been in
We don't know
Actually-
if she didn't know that.
Actually,
Nigga, what? What?
Nothing.
I just turned away
I
from
can't
it so I could stop talking. And it worked.
Wow. No. This nigga pretended this nigga called in a gas leak in her apartment so that the super could send in a handyman to check if there's a gas leak, and then went on her laptop, invading her personal space and going through her personal property, stealing her personal property, her underwear, and then standing in her shower when he discovered that he was still when she got home before he expected her to be there.
So he wasn't in her house looking for her.
He was.
Yes, right. Yes or no?
Yes. No.
No, so he wasn't there. Now, the definition of stalker, thank you, Tone, who has sent it to me, is a person who harasses or persecutes someone with unwanted obsessive attention. A person who haunts game stealthily.
Yes.
But he didn't hunt her.
Nigga,
He wanted the laptop. He didn't want her to be home. He never followed her.
He followed her all day. He went from her job to school and knows about her shit with the professor. He knows everything.
The shit with the professor?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Her professor's a nasty nigga.
Yeah. No. Her professor's a nasty nigga.
What's he doing out here?
This professor nasty.
And he got premium shit too? It's crazy.
Check your subscriber list.
Motherfuckers.
You know. Don't y'all have meetings?
He got the meetings. Wow. No wonder why she left.
No, honestly, when you watch the show like I have in full detail, you'll understand that she doesn't deserve him.
She doesn't deserve a stalker. Nigga.
He's not a stalker.
Yo,
I implore both of you gentlemen to watch the show.
I
We will
watch the show.
watch the whole thing, and we'll come back next week and we'll talk about it.
But
He's coming.
But based off what I've seen in episode 1, nigga, that nigga's nasty.
Watch the rest of it. Watch the rest of it.
I gotta ask.
She's nasty.
I gotta ask.
Let me tell you something. She's fucking disgusting. Let me tell you something, boo. Listen, love.
Listen, loves.
I'm one of the loves now.
This nigga hit me with the fucking...
Yeah, boo-boo. Listen. She's fucking disgusting. Toxic femininity in the flesh.
That nigga's a stalker, bro.
And what is she?
Any nigga that watches a girl fuck another dude across the street and then
What?
beats his
He
meat.
was adjusting his pants.
Adjusting his pants?
And
Wait a
then he
minute. Wait a
stopped
minute. I'm sorry.
adjusting his
Kenneth,
pants
what
to
did
help
you-
an old lady.
Hey, shut up. What did you say? Yo, he was beating his meat across the... What?
She had her, I guess, fuck
She was
buddy
fucking another nigga?
She fucked another
She
nigga.
wasn't fucking another nigga at
This
the
is a
time.
live action
she wasn't,
porn he's
She
looking
wasn't. No, she was not fucking another nigga at the time.
Whoa.
She was
so what did
masturbating.
She was... Oh,
She masturbated.
wait, I
With
can't
the
even...
pillow.
Full disclosure. Her fuck buddy.
What color was the pillow?
Green.
Ah, fucking Namekian pillows out here.
It was like corduroy. I'm just saying
A
that might
corduroy
add.
pillow?
It might. The texture of that might have.
I can't speak on what textures help women get off. I don't know about that. But
This nigga ever be knowing.
yo, he watched.
Find out. No. He got like a whole bunch of corduroy pillows at his crib.
Y'all never stood in the shower?
Without her knowing that I'm there? No. You a nasty nigga too.
I'd say give a thumbs up to it, but you never know what he's gonna use that thumb for.
Exactly.
Actually, some of us in this apartment might be using thumbs for other things. Just want to make sure it's known. Got some nasty niggas in here.
I'm just saying that show was pretty good. I wish you guys would watch it.
Well, I'll give it a chance.
It's really,
I guess
really good.
I'll be the tiebreaker because it seems like y'all are at an impasse. I
And
haven't
watch
seen
the
it yet.
whole. And I think once you watch the whole thing, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. Because she's fucking trash. She does not deserve him. He goes above and beyond
But
to make sure that whole world is perfect.
Basically, from what I saw in that trailer, it looks like he's literally trying to implant himself into this woman's life. So
You never done that before?
To that degree?
No, the views of Evan.
So y'all never met.
Combest
So y'all never.
soundboard.
So wait a minute. So y'all never seen a girl that y'all were really attracted to. Who's like, yo, I need to know her.
Okay.
I need to get to know her. So you implant yourself in her life.
No. Not to the degree where I'm gonna smack a nigga in the face with a hammer and like kidnap him under a bookstore.
But if he's
What?
a shitty person, you just doing justice.
No! That's not justice. That's against the law. That's kidnapping. That's assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh, you snitching. You snitching.
Alright.
Call me a snitch. I'm a snitch. Snitch man. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, man.
So the last topic that I wanted to talk about, even though we should be ending the episode now, but I did want to talk about Soulja Boy.
Oh, that's how we ended. Oh, we still got viewer questions though.
Oh, you damn right. Let's go to viewer questions.
Yeah. So
We got a viewer question from Soulja Boy, actually.
When y'all gonna buy my game?
Drake! And there it is.
That's the question.
That's the question.
question is Drake.
Yeah, he did have a bigger 2018.
No, he didn't.
Than Soulja Boy?
Oh, Drake had a bigger 2018.
Yeah, than Soulja Boy?
I had a bigger 2018 than Soulja Boy.
Of course, yes, facts. That is facts, bro.
Oh. Everybody's been better than you, Soulja Boy. Newsflash, nigga.
Damn. Yo, imagine it turns out to be like a Chamillionaire kind of like thing, and it's just
I read
like
a thing about
he has
Mike
like
Jones.
$480
That's
billion.
crazy. I read about talking
That's
about
low
that.
key. His investments are like crazy.
Earlier today, I read about Mike Jones. He's invested into like whatchamacallit, properties and real estate, and
Yeah.
now he's like a super.
Of
multi-
course. Because
And
he repeats everything
So
he
instead
does.
of who Mike Jones, it's where's Mike Jones.
No,
'Cause that nigga probably on
no
your
how
block.
Mike Jones?
Well, I'll say where. He's real estate, so he's on your block.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Where Mike
He
Jones?
probably bought the house right next to me.
Yeah, he probably bought the shit you living in. I'm talking about where's my rent? Where my rent?
That's funny.
Viewer question that you got.
So I got a view question from the homie Andrew. So Andrew wanted to know what exactly got us into our passions, like the things that we love, the things that identify us. So he sent it to me, but he said that it can go for the three of us.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
like for those who don't know, we're all the three of us are like
Well-
invest in different really.
Passions. So
Yeah.
what got you into your passion?
What really got me into mine? Honestly, my grandmother.
Nice.
My grandmother. I remember we were watching UPN back in the day.
And your passion is what?
My passion is mixed martial arts.
I thought you were gonna say UPN.
It's like
Yo, the Parkers. Shout out Moesha.
King of Queens.
One-on-one.
He
Shout
wanted
out
to-
girlfriends.
He wanted to be the King of Queens.
Yeah, I remember Kevin James is very integral.
He
in
wanted
a
to
lot
be
of our
Kevin
lives.
James' black friend. What's his name? Dell? Deacon.
Deacon.
Of course,
Oh
Tony.
yeah, Tone. He knows. A king of queens amongst us. Oh jeez.
Go ahead, speak your truth, King
So,
of Queens.
so we used to watch when it was on UPN, we used to watch SmackDown every week. But then it was that time when they had switched it from I guess like Thursday nights to Friday nights or some shit.
Yeah.
And, in its place, they put some MMA show. So we started watching it and we got into it together.
What?
So yeah. So my grandmother, what? What? Go ahead.
Did y'all practice with each other?
No, nigga. My grandmother put me in chokehold.
want you to make sure if I start whipping
He was like, Grandma, I didn't eat. What, nigga?
just fight back, nigga. Fight back.
You want this plate?
Grandma,
You gonna have to,
your ass.
you have to fight for it.
Told you to stop washing them dishes. I'm gonna fuck you up something fast now.
Get the plate.
I'm not gonna let you get the plate.
Nah, so my grandmother got me into MMA and honestly into pro wrestling too.
I
Nice.
have to ask if it wasn't through fighting you. Did she just say, yo, that looks cool? And he was like, I'm gonna do it?
No, it was just like we would watch it every week because it was like
Oh.
it came on every week. So she and I would just sit down, we would watch it, and then she was more afraid for niggas breaking their legs when they kicked each other in the legs than anything
damn.
else.
Remember that video of John Jones when that shit happened?
That didn't happen to John Jones. That was Anderson Silva.
Same difference.
No.
All blacks look alike to me.
Wow, that's insane.
Tell him what you really want to say, Evan.
Fucking niggers.
This man has been wilding all week. The hard ER has been just coming out. On a day like today, I didn't die for this bullshit. I definitely wasn't murdered.
Akai, what got you into your passion?
Well, Evan,
I'm just fucking stupid today.
after taking a great deal of pain and hardship from self-hating niggers, such as yourself, I had a dream.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
No, for me, my passion of definitely going and trying to make music and being involved in like some sort of media. It's just seeing that kind of entertainment factor. See, I too love John Mayer. Just
If you're gonna acknowledge it, it's not funny anymore.
man, I heard it faintly. My headphones are coming out.
No, I played it faint. I lowered the volume more.
No, but yeah, music, just having and being a part of it in life
from the top.
I see how much joy it gives people, and I remember one year Christmas, well, at least before Christmas, I saw like this dude Esteban playing guitar on TV, and I was just like, "Yo, that's super dope." And I've always loved Christmas songs, and I was like, "Yo, I want to play that." But I just also remember it was like super entertaining, and everybody around him was happy. I was like, "I want to do something like that," and just just seeing artists like Prince and Michael Jackson over the years, seeing that and how much they showed like, talent and help people along the way, that's something that I really dug. So, yeah. Cool. Music.
Cool.
Liddy.
No, it's on C. It was.
Yep. There you go. There it is. There you go.
I was like, yeah, it's on C.
So, me, I guess, my turn. Yeah, I am dumb. My passion is comedy. You guys know that. Most people who know me, most people watch this, I'm a comedian. And honestly, that just came from me as a kid. I just always had a smart mouth. I'd always have a rebuttal. My mother always told me, worry about yourself. Stop worrying about other people, worry about yourself. So a lot of times I was stuck to only talk to myself. Took it too literally, having conversation with myself and making light of it. And just love laughing and love spreading joy. And honestly, I've always believed that laughter was the key to connecting people from different backgrounds and stuff like that. Because, like I said before in other episodes, I feel like, too much in this world, people come from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, where a lot of war and pain and fighting normally comes from misunderstanding one another, different points of views. So I feel like with comedy, I can combine two people who can relate on simple issues, and that way they can both laugh at the same stuff to understand that they're not so different than one another.
Nice.
Oh. So, yeah, that they're not so different from one another and maybe help understand each other and just bring the world together a little bit closer through laughter.
Straight up.
And just listening to Bill Cosby and Richard Pryor tapes as a kid on 8-track.
Whoa. Bill Cosby.
You had 8-track back then?
Yeah, for my great-grandfather.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he had one in the basement. So my mother and my grandfather always had old tapes and old little tracks. You put it on and a little record thing and let it just play and listen to all them dirty jokes.
Bring that through one day, bro.
No, it's burned.
Oh.
My house went on fire in 2002.
Oh, damn.
So we lost that.
Oh, yeah.
But back then as a kid, those were that was the best thing ever for me. Just listening to those tapes and just enjoying it all the time. And just even growing up after that, I think once the time I turned 12, at that point I decided I wanted to be a comedian. That was what I wanted to do, and all I used to do was watch Comedy Central Presents on Comedy Central of 1 million comedians. And it's so dope now because where I'm at in comedy and being at comedy clubs and seeing all the legends and all of this legacy, and you see these same acts that I used to watch when I was a kid go on stage, and I get to see them and say what's up and sound like the fucking weirdo, yo, I used to watch you on my TV. And they be like, all right, kid.
All right, but how'd you even get in here?
Yeah,
okay.
How'd you even get in here?
Exactly. And I'm no, I'm performing.
You're 16, get out here, bro.
I'm performing later. I remember one time I had a conversation with a comedian called George Wallace. For those of you who don't know, he's a super older comedian. And
wow.
And just sitting down with him and talking to him and about comedy and stuff like that. That was one of a highlight of my life.
Dope, man.
Being able to sit there and have that conversation and him encouraging me to keep doing it. And he could see the passion that I had about it. And he was just yo, listen, this business is fucked up, but as long as you keep that passion about it and you love doing it, that's what's going to get you far.
Yeah.
Keep doing it no matter, if you love doing it, it'll pay you back. You just got to pay your dues into it.
That's dope.
So, that's...
Super dope, man.
Applause myself,
So that's that viewer question.
Oh, I forgot I had another one.
I did have one.
Oh, go ahead.
Should parents be allowed to beat their kids?
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
That's the
on.
answer. There you go.
It's their kids.
Listen.
There you go.
Listen.
Some of them need to.
I don't want my son or daughter catching the ass whooping outside from somebody.
We did talk about that before.
What about the study? I know Tony's killing it. He's yo, y'all niggas need to shut the fuck up. Cut these mics off. But, and I'm going to hate myself too when I have to edit this later.
I'm trying to go home, bro.
And I'm going to hate myself when I have to edit this later. And you got a Kai's brother on the side yo, my legs hurt. Let's play video games. It's just crazy. Y'all niggas still talking? But what do y'all think about the there was like a report that said kids who are physically abused or beat as kids, you know, they don't respond well to negative situations as they get older. They don't develop those proper tools to utilize, like vocalizing and communicating how they really feel.
Debatable.
Yeah, I say that is debatable.
I feel like more research needs to be done.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an argument there, but I also agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like there's a limit of how you hit your kids.
Yeah,
because you can hit your kids and communicate why you're hitting your kids. As long as they understand why they're getting hit.
More than it hurts me.
That's a shitty excuse.
Dumbass. No. Fight back, nigga. Fight back.
I wish you would.
Fight back.
Square up. Come on.
Square up.
Yo, y'all remember that? What age did y'all get to when your parents would beat you and it didn't hurt anymore?
14.
21.
You a bitch.
Yeah,
your mother strong.
Yo, shout out my mom. Yo,
Nigga said 21. Your mother strong as shit. Nigga was working out at 16.
No.
Who are you training for? My mom. She put the hands on me.
She opened me up
About to
last
put
night.
the paws on him. Oh, damn.
What about you, Evan?
Nigga had to literally build leather skin to deflect. No, it's like around 8.
Really?
Yeah, like around 8, 12. Like my mother would beat me, and I don't know whether or not she was just weak as shit, or my cheeks got buns of steel.
No. For me, it was like, yeah, my mom's beatings hurt, but it was my father's that I like. Oh, please no.
Oh, Lord.
I lost count of how many times my mom hit me. I can count on one hand how many times my father has hit me.
That's weird that dads don't really beat their kids. Maybe because they feel like he's a little man, I'm a grown man. Like if I hit him, I'm really gonna hurt him.
Not even that. No, it's because he only hit me if it was really bad, and then I was still doing whatever it was I was doing after my mom had already hit me.
If you was being a fuck nigga, basically.
Yes, yeah. So I was a fuck nigga 5 times, and like the last time he had hit me, I was like 11, and I was just like, yeah, well, come on, bro.
Every time you know you had it coming.
Oh no, yeah. Every time he hit me, I deserved it. Every time my mom hit me, I can't say I deserved it, but it was every time.
Some debatables.
Can't say I deserved it, but you know.
All 5 times my father hit me. Yeah.
It's like we ran out of milk, and I was just letting her know.
Fight back, nigga. Now walk it off and go to the store. Bring me back my change.
What was the question I had? Because we just keep goofing off. I love how long this is, and we keep having fun, but I'm gonna hate this in like tomorrow when I'm editing this shit. Fucking. The question that I got was from, come on, fucking Instagram, give me the shits.
That's the question. There it is.
Go to the fucking shits, man.
Shout out Instagram. Change your algorithm.
Yeah, word for real. This question is from a user named Soraya Hen. He wants to know what to do in life, what to do when everybody in your life is moving forward and you just feel stuck.
Don't pay attention to everybody else. Comparison is the devil.
Exactly.
I mean, you
Focus
can
on
stay.
your own finish line.
Yeah, you can stay in your own lane and do your own thing. It's just a matter of kind of reflecting on it and saying, yo, okay, what is it that I feel like I want to do? Like, if you're looking at everybody else and what they're doing, you're always going to be that may be Evan Combest, and I don't care.
Go ahead, talk.
You can come best, but I'll come last.
Wow.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Wild pause on that shit. But yeah. But definitely will say that if you're waiting
We talked
around,
about the NFL and I didn't do that.
and
We were
and
talking
you
about
feel
NFL
like
and I didn't do it. I suck.
could have used that for Travis Scott.
That's right.
Straight up.
This man.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's facts. So,
Yeah, just
don't look at other people.
don't look at other people.
What were you saying, Kenneth, about it?
Yeah, no, just focus on your own finish line. There's no need to be like, oh well, since this person's doing this and this person's doing that, I need to get to the same level as them. No. Worry about yourself, because when you start worrying about other people, that's just gonna make yourself sick, because you're always gonna be like what Kai said, you're always gonna be comparing yourself to other people. Like when you feel comfortable in what you're doing and you're actually succeeding, that's good. But if you're comfortable and you're not doing well and you're not at the level that you want to be, that's when you start looking at people like, okay, I need to do what they're doing, I need to do what they're doing, I need to do what they're doing, because they're doing what I want to do.
they are where I want to be.
Exactly. So that's what.
yourself to
But don't you think that
goals,
kind of
not-
like leads to the depression of it?
Not really, because it's like I look at certain people where like I look at y'all and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to get to where y'all want to be, but in my own way.
Field.
Yes, exactly. In my own field, in my own way, in my own
area of expertise.
Exactly. Be on my own stage in that form of fashion. So I'm not gonna do it the same exact way y'all are doing it. I'm gonna go about it my way. And if like years down the road that shit don't work,
Loud ass drink.
Loud ass fruit punch.
I feel like that lady
Fruit
at Popeyes.
punch.
I don't know why that lady at Popeyes hates me.
She hated you, bro.
For the listeners, I ordered a fucking fruit punch at Popeyes, and the angry ass bitch who hated
Who
her
the
job.
fuck ordered a fruit punch?
She hit me with that as she made my fruit punch.
This nigga had to raise his
If
hand
you don't put-
sheepishly.
Just put ice in my drink, bitch. Shut up. Why you gotta yell at me?
It was me.
Who the fuck is fruit punch at Popeyes?
She said it mad angry with an attitude like, who the fuck ordered fruit punch? What type of pussy nigga get fruit punch? What
Okay,
type
alright,
of
she
bitch ass,
wasn't-
no pussy getting ugly ass, whack ass, don't get no views on they podcast ass nigga gonna get a fruit punch? You get the fuck out of my store.
Get the fuck out of here.
She came for my whole life.
She came for your whole life with that one fruit punch.
But
I'll never drink fruit punch again.
poor Hawaiian.
And I'm never gonna dance it.
That's
Akai hates when I sing. Doesn't he?
No,
that's not how you really
That's
sing.
pretty much it. So
That's not how you really sing.
stay in your lane. Focus on your finish line. Be happy with what you do.
Your own finish line.
To add to that, I will say other people's success does not equal your failure. Just because there's people around you, go ahead, hit it. If you have people, especially like within your own circle, who seem to be succeeding in things and getting further than I guess what you would want, for like they're obtaining things that you can see yourself obtaining, but they're getting it instead of you. That doesn't mean that you are stuck. That doesn't mean that you'll never be able to achieve those things. It just may not be your time.
Yeah.
Maybe those people have everybody comes from their own story, their own background. Everybody has their own journey. So sometimes you look at the other side of the grass and you might think it's greener over there, but you don't know that all the battles that person has faced, all the hurdles they had to get over to get to the part of the journey that they're at. But you're looking at it as if like, yo, everything must be perfect for them. Everything going on with them must be great. Why can't I have that? That shit must be whack. What's the problem with just asking?
Yeah.
Asking questions. Clear that gap. If you feel like somebody's doing something that you can't achieve and you don't understand how they're getting it and you don't have it, just ask. Just go up to them and say, hey, yo, what are some of the things that you did that got you to this point? Because I want to be at that point too.
Never be afraid to learn.
Yeah, you can't shut down the idea of new perspectives. Just because somebody has a different approach than you doesn't mean that your approach is whack. It doesn't mean that their approach is better. It just means that maybe you could try something else. That's the biggest thing, especially in the field that I'm in of being creative. If you want to be creative, you can't just think one way. You gotta have your mind open to new possibilities and new ways to do things. You gotta keep that open. You have to be open to new things. I love learning stuff. I love being open to new things. I love trying out new shit.
Trial and error.
Exactly. Even though I'm a man of habit, the only way to grow is through change. And it's through trying new things. If you do the same thing all the time, I don't know how the fuck you expect to grow at anything. I don't know how you expect to get to any level doing anything.
Unless you're practicing the craft.
I'm sure that even in whatever field that you're in, to get to the next level, you got to do something different. And it might be something that you don't see yourself doing, but you got to have the courage. And like, if you really want it, you got to be willing to do what it takes to get there, as long as you're not compromising your morals and your integrity. And if you feel like somebody came up with a way that you wouldn't do it, then you have to be the creative person to figure out a new way to get to it. So sometimes you really just got to sit down with yourself and come up and really sit down and ask yourself the tough questions of what you think is going to get you to the next level and being open to trying out new things. I keep rambling, but you guys get the gist of what I'm saying.
And that was Evan's hot take.
That's not a hot take. That was my motivational time. So, do you guys want to talk about Soulja Boy or you want to end the episode?
I think we done.
Fuck Soulja Boy. Nigga, I'm just saying that Soulja Boy is using the fucking, like, he's using the cover of being a black business owner for his own selfish gains. Like, if you were really about black business and all of that and like promoting black businesses, why are you doing all these internet shenanigans? Why are you going to Tekashi 6ix9ine route? Like, why are you doing all of that for that? Like, you wouldn't need to. Like, if you was making what was that dope, you wouldn't have to be yelling everywhere you go to be begging people to like use your product and stuff like that. And stop trying to shame other black people to like, yo, you gotta use my stuff because it's black business. Da, 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 da. Like, you ain't gotta have that approach, bro. And honestly, the shit that he's making isn't really that dope. And it's not to shit on another black man's business. It's just that what you're doing isn't really that as legitimate as you're saying it is. So it almost undermines the whole black businesses and supporting black businesses, like that narrative. You undermine that by putting your own selfish intentions in it. You fuck it up for everybody. Like, yo, that's how I get legitimately mad. Because it's like, nigga, you're fucking it up for everybody with your bullshit. You don't get the fuck out of here talking about what Drake's doing, what Chris Brown's doing, what this person's doing, and nobody's supporting black business. Like, you don't throw that in there with that. Because that's not what this is about. So take your shitty game, take your shitty music that you're talking about. Somebody stole your flow in 2010, but you ain't had a hit since 2009. Like, take all that shit and get the fuck out of here with that. You're not coming out with new music. Stop trying to down another black person by saying this black person didn't have the biggest comeback in 2018. I had, like, why it always gotta be about you? Why are you going the shenanigans route? You don't need to go that route. If what you're doing is that dope and what you're doing is that great, you can go into other people's lane. Like I said, just ask questions to other black people who are doing black business great. The man behind Bevel, go talk to Ray J. Like, there's other black entrepreneurs out there. Talk to Diddy. There's other black entrepreneurs that are super successful. Talk to Nas. Talk to Jay-Z.
Drake?
But you want to talk about fucking
Drake.
That's what you want to talk about. Like, get the fuck out of here. Don't
talk to Kanye.
Don't talk. And why are you talking about Kanye? That don't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, it blows my mind, and I hope people see that bullshit that he's trying to shoehorn all of his fuckery into the black business motive. I hate that. That's all I'm gonna say on it.
Music podcast.
Yeah.
That's just real black nigga shit. I'm sorry, real nigga shit. I have no problem supporting the black business. I'm all for it. Except that one nigga in the mall who tried to charge me $30 for one thing of lotion that was 4 ounces. Fuck that nigga.
That's insane.
$30 for 4 ounces is not worth it, my nigga. I want to support black businesses, but your lotion wasn't that popping. Don't press me while I'm with my girl at the time. That was shitty. Shitty thing to do, bro. Don't do that to me.
Broke? Broke?
You broke. Not me.
That's why I got $30 lotion. Shit.
Y'all buying the $30 4-ounce lotion?
Fuck out of here.
All right, cool. All right, just want to make sure I'm not by myself in that. So, guys, I think we did it.
Yeah.
That's the episode. We had more shit to talk about, but I want to say this was a fun one. This was a very enlightening one.
It's always fun. It's always fun when we get to like ramble on for about like an hour.
I like the fact when we come to the sub studio, we can like really dive into topics.
Yeah.
So hopefully the viewers enjoy that too. I know one person who won't enjoy it.
You.
Yeah.
Editing.
Yeah. So guys, socials for one last time.
Godzilla_kinda for Akai.
Roho Fiasco on Instagram.
Guys, you already know all of mine. It's Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All of those are at Evan Combest. Don't forget to go to the Facebook page, the Can We Not Facebook page. We're working on the Instagram page. So don't forget to go to all those socials. Hit us up on there. And until then, we will see you niggas next week. We out.
Yee.
You broke.
Nah, me. Oh, shit. Yo, sorry about that, guys. What's up? Oh! He's fucking dead. All the